Good morning, guys. Today we are back with another video. Today we'll discuss how a portfolio should be constructed in the present environment of the country. As we know, India is a 140 crore people country. So, and we know the population growth rate of the country. We know India's population is growing not because India's birth rate is not declining, but because of medical advancement and incremental difference between the birth rate and the death rate. So we know very soon, after maybe 1 or 2 decades, Indian population will top out and it will start going down. So what are the opportunities we have keeping this thing in mind or in our view? Previously we saw from 2000 to 2020 we saw a secular bull run in the consumer sector, consumer perishable sectors such as Nestle and Britannia, and those sectors where the demands were generally because of the growth in the population, but we know the population growth will be subsiding very soon. Now the demand is there in the space where people find, say, uh, an inverter. 10 years back it was like not in everyone's house inverter used to be there. Maybe in a village 2 out of 10 people's 10 houses will be having inverter. Now 8 out of 10 people are 10 houses are aspiring to have an inverter. So what I'm saying is, as per capita income is increasing, so demand is there in, say, home appliances and the product which can upgrade our living standard, say AC, inverter, washing machine. Those appliances will you may be able to see the companies which are producing or selling those products. They are registering the kind of growth that we used to see in Nestle and Britannia and Hindustan Unilever 2 or 1 decade ago. So as they say, India is growing at a 6% GDP growth rate, but the HUL, Nestle, these are not able to register significant growth. Partly this is because the demand is shifting from the product of these companies to the aspiring products, say inverter, AC, and those kind of things which can increase or modernize the lifestyle of the people. So this is a sector which we should keep in our mind. And what are the other sectors? As our per capita consumption will increase, people will definitely people will have aspiration to build home, so they will take home loans. So housing sector should do well, and people will have aspiration to, say, buy a vehicle, so they will come and take a loan from NBFC companies. So NBFC sector should do good. This overall thing is coming from the viewpoint that India's per capita consumption or per capita income would increase to currently 2,500 around to more than 3,000, and when this thing crosses 3,000, as per the research, the consumption sector explodes. So we should see explosion in consumption this what is called the consumption sector, which can be deferred. Say you are not buying inverter or AC this year, maybe because of some financial strain, but you will not cancel the plan, you will defer the plan for the next year. So this kind of demand will boost the sector. But if you are not eating say Nestle product, you are not feeding your baby for today, because you are not buying Nestle product, you won't be feeding her twice tomorrow. So these things perishes. So I was differentiating between the two companies. The other things are other sector which we can keep in our mind is, say as the international travel will definitely increase, so the companies which are working in visa processing, this can do good. Say BLS International kind of companies. This is not a buy or sell recommendation, guys. I'm just pointing out the company's name to make the picture kind of give example or relate to our present market participants. And the NBFC space, we have as I had already discussed in the previous video, SBFC Finance, Capri Global, and many other participants. You can check out, guys, many you can check many companies and their financial and come out with suitable companies in the consumer durable sector, say PG Electroplus, Emba Enterprise, EPEC Durable, Blue Star, Voltas. This kind of companies should do this. And there are other sectors, say auto ancillary, say because automobile sector can shift from IC engine to EV, but the demand for auto ancillary would never go away. This is not dependent whether the companies will whether the our present vehicle will upgrade them to EV or not. So that confusion does not cause this sector to have any problem in the future. At the same time, apart from the sector that should do good in the next decade, we should also keep in mind the sector which can give multifold return, like AI, say a defense sector, because of the ongoing geopolitical circumstance. The people are the countries have become more inward looking. So they are like what Trump is doing. He is imposing tariff. He is not kind of celebrating the no free trade that we used to see in previous years or previous 2 decades, when America used to have relaxation in trades. So countries are becoming inward looking, and they are not willing to, they are like becoming isolated. In the present scenario, defense sector, and we are also seeing wars going on around the world, right from Israel Palestine to Russia Ukraine to India America to China US, India Pakistan, sorry. So India China. So war is a reality, guys. So defense sector could do well, but it is not surety. But the sectors that I described previously, like home appliances and all, whether war happens or not, whether COVID happens or not, people's aspiration will not subside. This sector should always do good. Apart from AI, defense, we have sectors EV, solar, EV or EV sector, electric vehicle. We are kind of shifting from, say, fossil fuel to EV sector, but we are still not sure whether the transition will be full, or it will be like what it is today. Many vehicles are still using petrol and diesel, and some vehicles are using EV. Some vehicle are EV. So that thing also not sure. And the renewable sector, we don't know how many years it will take for the transition from present fossil fuel based this energy to renewable energy, because for that global cooperation is also very much required. And in the present American administration at its place, and what Trump thinks about renewable energy, that we know. And when the leader of the world thinks like that, we know that transition won't be that easy. So these sectors can do well, also cannot do well, but we are not sure. So we should allocate less in those sectors and more in the staple sector, which will grow as we know. And as per our calculation, this sector should do good in the next 1 or 2 decades, with very little chance of our prediction going wrong. So this is how the portfolio should be structured. Say 20 to 25% in the volatile sector, say AI, renewable sector, EV sector, and all those fancy sectors, defense sector, and rest of the allocation should be in the secular growth that we can foresee in the next decade, which is consumer durable, say housing finance, NBFC, companies working in the international travel, tourism, and I'm not able to remember all the sector, guys, but you can guess. Auto ancillary, yeah. So this how portfolio should be structured in keeping the present scenario of the country in mind. So that is all for today. Thank you, guys, and see you in the next video.